Hi, welcome to the first lesson of Easy English with Friends. In lesson 1, we're going to have a look at friends talking about Monica's new car, Porsche. Our lesson will have 3 parts. In part 1, we'll see a video clip. The video clip will be played at full speed with no subtitles. I want you to get used to a natural speed at which native speakers speak. If you haven't watched an English movie before, you may find it hard and difficult to understand. But don't be afraid. After a little bit of practice, you will feel much more comfortable. Now, in the second part, we'll watch the same clip again, but this time with subtitles and a little bit of explanations. Now, finally, we'll watch the clip one more time at the full speed, no subtitles, and without stopping. Now, let's get started.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey, Lon, I saw the Porsche parked out front. Can I get the keys? Thought I'd take that bad boy out for a little spin.
Wait a minute. You let Ross drive the Porsche, and when I ask you, you say you're the only one who's allowed to drive it.
Yeah, well, he's my brother. And plus, he drives so slow, he could never hurt it.
It's a car, Monica, not a rocket ship.
Whatever, Ross. Just replace the bulbs and the brake lights after you're done.
Hey. Hey.
Saw the Porsche out there, Mom, looking good. When do I get to take that baby out again?
You let Joey drive it?
I've never driven it, okay? Not once. Okay, once. Okay, I drive it all the time.
Nice work, everybody. So much for the, you can drive it, but don't tell Rachel plan.
Wow, can't believe you lied to me.
Okay, I can fix this. Okay, Monica, Rachel thinks all you can talk about is the wedding.
Really? Well, Rachel, the reason why I won't let you drive the Porsche is because you're a terrible driver. There. That wasn't about the wedding.
Look, Rach, if you want to go for a ride in the Porsche, I'll be glad to take you for a quick spin around the block.
Yeah, you got a couple hours?
Okay, good job everybody. I'd like to repeat one more time. If you found it difficult to understand what the characters are talking about, don't be scared. With a little bit of practice, you will be able to understand everything. Now let's move on to the second part of the lesson. In this part, we're going to view the same episode one more time, though this time there will be subtitles at the bottom of the screen and a note field on the right of the screen where I'll leave some notes. So let's get started.
Hey.
Hey.
Now you might notice that when Ross enters the room, he says, "Hey," and Monica replies with the same, "Hey." Now, hey is a very informal way of greeting people. Normally, when people see each other, they could say hey or hello. But hey is a good word to use when you're meeting someone you are familiar with, like, for example, your friend.
Hey, Lon, I saw the Porsche parked out front. Can I get the keys?
Now, Ross saw Porsche parked outside. He asks Monica if he can have the keys. He says, "Can I get the keys?" Now, in conversational English, it's very usual to say get instead of have. Can I get the keys? Can I get the keys? He also said, "I'll take the bad boy for a spin." Now, he means a Porsche, a car. He says, "I'll take the bad boy, I'll take that car for a spin." Now, this is another phrase that is common in conversational English, to take something for a spin. To take something for a spin. And it basically means to test something or to try something for the first time.
Thought I'd take that bad boy out for a little spin.
Wait a minute. You let Ross drive the Porsche, and when I ask you, you say you're the only one who's allowed to drive it.
Now, Rachel seems to be a little bit sad about it. She says, "Well, Ross drives it." And she said, "When I ask, you said that you are the only one who is allowed to drive it." The next phrase we're going to look at is when Rachel says Ross can drive it, but when I ask, you say that you are the only one who is allowed to drive. Now, I apologize, subtitles are a little bit wrong here. It should be you are allowed to. Now, if you are allowed to drive. Now, if you are allowed to do something, you can do that. You may do it. Now, in this case, Monica is the only person who is allowed to drive a Porsche.
Yeah, well, he's my brother. And plus, he drives so slow, he could never hurt it.
It's a car, Monica, not a rocket ship.
Monica says that Ross drives so slowly that he will not hurt it. Now, in this case, hurt means to damage the car. He will not damage the car. He will not bump it into anything, and the car will be okay.
Whatever, Ross. Just replace the bulbs and the brake lights after you're done.
Monica uses a very interesting phrase. She says, whatever. Monica says, whatever. Whatever, Ross. Usually, people say, whatever. They want to talk about something else. She says, whatever, Ross. Replace the bulb and the brake lights after you're done. Now, two things I want to talk about here. First of all, brake lights. Brake lights are the lights at the back of the car that go on when you hit the brakes, when you stop the car. Those are the lights that go off and on at the back of the car. Another important phrase that Monica uses is after you are done. Now, I want you to have a look at this phrase, after you're done. It's not after you have done, it's after you are done, which is the same as after you are done, which means after you are finished. Now, very often people say after you are done. When I'm done, I'll call you. When I'm done, we'll have a talk.
Hey. Saw the Porsche out there, Mom, looking good. When do I get to take that baby out again?
You let Joey drive it? I've never driven it, okay? Not once. Okay, once. Okay, I drive it all the time.
Nice work, everybody. So much for the, you can drive it, but don't tell Rachel plan.
Now, Monica uses a very interesting expression, so much for. Usually it means that something has not been helpful or successful. So much for. Because she had a plan not to tell Rachel, and now everybody told her that they drove the car. She uses the phrase so much for the plan. So much for the plan, which means that the plan didn't work.
Wow, can't believe you lied to me.
Rachel replies by saying, wow, I can't believe you lied to me. In English, the verb to lie should always be followed by to. I can't believe you lied to me. To lie to someone. To lie to someone means not to tell someone the truth. In this case, Monica didn't tell Rachel, or she lied to her that only Monica can drive the Porsche.
Okay, I can fix this. Okay, Monica, Rachel thinks all you can talk about is the wedding.
Now Phoebe tries to help, and she says, okay, I can fix this. I can fix this. In this situation, fix means to help, to fix the problem, to make the situation better.
Really? Well, Rachel, the reason why I won't let you drive the Porsche is because you're a terrible driver.
And Monica replies by saying, I won't let you drive the Porsche because you're a terrible driver. Now, terrible in this situation means really, really bad. Terrible driver. Terrible driver. Usually when people add terrible to another word, they mean that they're really bad at something. You can say, I am a terrible singer, or I am a terrible cook. I can't cook at all. I'm a terrible cook.
There. That wasn't about the wedding.
Well, great. If you want to go for a ride in the Porsche, I'll be glad to take you for a quick spin around the block.
Now, Ross tries to help, and he says, Rach, if you want to go for a ride in the Porsche, I'll take you for a quick spin around the block. To go for a ride, to go for a ride, or to take someone for a ride means to drive someone, or to give someone a lift, or to drive in the same car with someone. Around the block in this situation means somewhere near where they are. Around the block means they're not going somewhere far away. They just want to drive around the block. They're not going to go really far away.
Yeah, you got a couple hours?
Now, Joey is trying to be funny, and he says you got a couple of hours. Again, there should be a couple of hours. But the thing that I'd like to talk about is the way Joey asks the question. He does not say, do you have a couple of hours? He say, you got a. He says, you got a. In English, when people speak, they usually, instead of saying, do you have a, they say, you got a minute, you got a couple of hours, you got a minute, you got a couple of hours, you got change. So this is a very conversational, very informal way of saying, do you have, or have you got. Before we move on and watch this episode one more time, let's quickly review or brush up on the vocabulary that we've learned in this lesson. Hey is an expression that people use to say hello to each other in an informal situation. Can I get the keys? In informal English, people usually use get instead of have. Can I have the keys? Can I get the keys? To take something for a spin means to test something, to try something for the first time. If you are allowed to do something, you can do this. Someone lets you do this. In this case, someone is allowed to drive. Ross will not hurt it. Hurt in this situation means to damage the car. Ross will not hurt the car. Whatever, Ross. Usually, whatever is used to change the subject. If you talk about one topic and you want to talk about something else, you can say whatever. Forget about it. Let's talk about something else. Brake lights are lights at the rear of the car that go on when you stop the car, when you push brakes. Number 8, after you're done, means after you are finished. Are you done yet? Yes, I'm done. Let's go. Let's move on to the next part. Number 9. So much for is used to talk about something that has not been successful or helpful. So much for a plan, says Monica, when everybody told Rachel that she's the only one who can drive the Porsche. So much for. To lie to someone in English is always used with to lie to someone. I can fix this. Fix means I can help the problem. I can try and fix the problem. I can make the situation better. Terrible driver means not really good driver. In fact, a very bad driver. I'm a terrible cook. I can't cook at all. I'm a terrible singer as well. To go for a ride or to take someone for a ride means to go somewhere in a car, in the same car. When you drive a car and the person is in a passenger seat. To take someone for a ride. Well, to take someone for a ride has a second meaning. We'll not talk about it in this lesson. Number 14, around the block. Around the block means to go somewhere not far away, just around your building. You got a minute? In English, people often say you got a minute, you got change, to mean do you have or have you got. So now, when we reviewed all the vocabulary, let's watch the episode one more time.
Hey, Lon, I saw the Porsche parked out front. Can I get the keys? Thought I'd take that bad boy out for a little spin.
Wait a minute. You let Ross drive the Porsche, and when I ask you, you say you're the only one who's allowed to drive it.
Yeah, well, he's my brother. And plus, he drives so slow, he could never hurt it.
It's a car, Monica, not a rocket ship.
Whatever, Ross. Just replace the bulbs and the brake lights after you're done.
Hey,
Hey,
saw the Porsche out there, Mom, looking good. When do I get to take that baby out again?
You let Joey drive it?
I've never driven it, okay? Not once. Okay, once. Okay, I drive it all the time.
Nice work, everybody. So much for the, you can drive it, but don't tell Rachel plan.
Wow, can't believe you lied to me.
Okay, I can fix this. Okay, Monica, Rachel thinks all you can talk about is the wedding.
Really? Well, Rachel, the reason why I won't let you drive the Porsche is because you're a terrible driver. There. That wasn't about the wedding.
look, Rach, if you want to go for a ride in the Porsche, I'll be glad to take you for a quick spin around the block.
Yeah, you got a couple hours?
This concludes our first lesson of Easy English with Friends. I'd like to say thank you for taking the time out of your day to learn English with friends. I hope you enjoyed, and I also hope you've learned something. Let me know what you think about this lesson in the comment section below. And if you have any questions about anything in this episode or about English in general, feel free to leave a comment as well. That's it for now. See you in lesson 2. Bye bye.